So Dana White yesterday had a very great response when it came to a reporter who was trying to get him to police the speech of his UFC fighters. Here's the clip.
Dana, I just want to go back. You were talking about, like, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
like...
Free speech. I control what people say. Going to tell people what to believe. Going to tell people... I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want, and they can believe whatever they want. And I don't think there's any... We had two gay women who fought in the co-main event. They sat on the stage with Sean Strickland. They could give a shit what Sean Strickland thinks, or what he says, or what his beliefs are, or what his opinions are. You know what I mean?
Basically, Dana White's response was to tell that reporter,
"Go home to mommy. Your mommy's waiting."
What I find really awesome about Dana White is not only how principled he is in regards to free speech, but also his personal political opinions and how he's willing to stand up and fight for them regardless of what anyone thinks. Back in 2016, he endorsed Trump for president. At the time, the media was throwing a fit, but Dana White stood for his principles. He made Bud Light the official beer of the UFC because he really believed in Anheuser-Busch and the decades of work and Made in America that they stood up for, even though he got a little bit of blowback from the conservative audience. At the end of the day, I don't want to live in a world where celebrities, where actors and athletes are sort of forced to police and contain their own speech because they're scared that they might lose their contract, the person in charge of whatever league or sport that they're in might fire them. And that's really something that I like about Dana White. As he said in the clip, that he has fighters of all political beliefs, and just to let them speak out openly like that is really important. And the fact that he was able to dismiss the argument of the reporter to the point where even he realized, oh, wow, Dana White makes such a great point here. Let me back off because I sound kind of stupid right now. If you want to look up more about Dana White, please do. He has a really interesting history about how he took the UFC from nothing to this big, massive sporting event. I would also recommend you check out his podcast with the Nelk Boy so you can get an idea of how he thinks as a person and as a businessman too.